up to the garden in a rough little state. Tender green leaves leaning, but I'm not too late.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Divine Nature Urban Homestead. My name is Tiara if you're new, and I'm gardening in Zone 6B in Indiana. And I'm back with just an update. Just want to give y'all a walkthrough of what's growing in the garden, new updates, and we're going to be doing a mini harvest toward the end. And I also want to show you all my new water hose. I'm so excited for this because this makes watering so much easier. It's a 100-foot hose. It's still not quite big enough to reach the backyard, and I only have one water hose spigot on the front of the house. So I'm thinking maybe later on, at a later time when finances are a little bit better, I can have a second water hose spigot installed, or I can at least reach out to the landlord and see if she'd be willing to do that. And I know you all may be thinking, well, T, if you're renting, let your landlord do that. That is true, but the reason I say that I may have it installed, and I'm saying I may or I may not, and that's because she is also looking to sell the house, and I may potentially buy the house if there's not another house that I'm interested in. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, all I'm simply saying is I'll see about having a second spigot installed in the back because my hose doesn't quite reach the back. I know I can probably get a bigger one. I don't know if there's any bigger ones than 100 feet, but nonetheless, it has made watering so much easier. So I can spray my front, and then all I got to do is fill up my buckets for the back. And I want to get to where I don't have to fill up no buckets. But since I'm still limited with that, at least watering the front is a lot easier. And today is a much cooler day, so it's not, you know, brutally hot out here today. So anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to get the watering done first, and then we're going to do a garden walkthrough.
Yeah. Woo! Ooh. I wake up with the sun rising over the hill. Got my overalls on and the morning to fill. The soil is rich and it's dark and it's deep, while the rest of the neighborhood is still fast asleep. I got my silver spade and my watering can, working through the dirt with the master plan. I'm talking nitrogen levels and a little bit of lime, spending every second of my precious time pushing back the weeds and the creeping vine, making sure my tomatoes grow straight and fine. You gotta feel the rhythm of the turning season, and every seed for a funky reason. I'm digging in the dirt, baby, feel the flow, watching all my greens and my peppers grow. It's a garden party in the backyard, son, growing my own dinner.
Okay, y'all, real quick before we finish off our watering, I wanted to show you all something. So this pumpkin was a victim of squash vine borer damage. As you all can see, this stem, it's split and it's brown and it's kind of like scaly and crackly looking. When you pinch it, it is hollow. That means the borers done hollowed it out. However, it's not like that all through up the vine. Eventually the vine, if you can see it through this tall grass, the vine gets to be a healthy green color. I don't know if you can see, like down in there, that's the healthy part of the stem. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. As you can see, there's some yellowing and dead leaves back here, but then as you grow up the vine, there's some beautiful healthy green leaves. And that's because pumpkins are very vigorous. Pumpkins, they will reroot at the node of the stem. The node is like if I can find one, I can show you. It's like a little knot on the stem that when it crawls on the ground, that knot will start to produce roots, and it'll reroot right there where it's crawling. And so even if there's damage at the base of the stem, pumpkins produce new roots, so it's able to continue living even through the damage. So I just thought that was something interesting for you all to know. In case you didn't know, I just think it's cool to know that. So if you ever get, vine borer damage from a vining plant, all hope is not lost. All right, back to watering.
Keep it going, keep it funky, keep it funky, keep it funky. Wipe the sweat right off of your brow. Just keep on digging in the soul of the land with a green thumb on a funky hand. Yeah, the garden's
right, so let's do our garden walkthrough, starting from the backyard. This is our butternut squash. As you can see, the leaves are yellowing. But it's otherwise a very healthy plant. I do know that it's yellowing due to just inconsistent watering, not enough watering. I'll be honest, I have been incredibly busy and it's been really hot. So I haven't been tending to it the way that I should, but I did put some fertilizer down and I gave it a good drink today. So it should perk back up. I want to show you all something here too. Look at this. I see that down in there. This is a butternut squash. It's not quite ready to pick. It's turning the right color, but it's still not quite ready to pick. But listen, it's doing its thing, and I love it. And she looks beautiful besides the yellowing leaf, but that's an easy fix. So, moving right along. We got our zucchini down in here. Well, no, this is another butternut squash, I believe. It's vining out. Same issue, watering. It's just been really hot lately, and I've not been able to water the way that I would like to. Someday I'd like to get a drip irrigation system, but for right now, due to budget constraints, we got to do this the old school way. So, all right, there's that. She's looking good. We got a zucchini here, and it's got a baby growing. You all see that? If I can move that. There we go. That baby down in there, she's grown. So she looks good. Got some peppers. Our peppers are looking real good. We got a nice big old pepper. That's one of the ones we're gonna go ahead and harvest. I feel like I just got bit by something. We're gonna go ahead and harvest that one. And here's our other pepper plant. We're gonna harvest that pepper. I don't know if you can see it. But we're gonna harvest that pepper back in there. And then we got our aromas. Y'all see that yellow, that red one I mean? We're gonna harvest that one. Yep. And then here's our cucumbers. And they're doing well. They're putting on some babies. Here's a baby right here. Where else did I see a baby? There's a couple of babies down. Here's another baby. Uh-oh. There's another baby down in there. So it's looking good, and it's even it's vining up the fence. It's trellising up the fence, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. That's the reason I put it back here. So while we're back here, we're gonna go ahead and harvest what we're gonna harvest back here. We're gonna let our zucchini grow a little bit bigger. That one's not quite big enough for me to want to cut right now. And let me see if I can get this camera to sit up straight. Y'all know me, I always got some technical issues going on. All right, let's. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to get my scissors in there good. Come on. Come on. There we go. Didn't harm anything, didn't cut off nothing I didn't want to cut. All right. Oh, and we got to do this one back here too. Hopefully this one's a little easier. All right. Can y'all see? And we're going to get back in there real good. There we go. Okay, this one looks bigger on the vine than what I thought. Oh well, that's okay. Every time you harvest it, it signals the plant to produce more. So it'll probably come back and produce a bunch more. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our tomato off. Trying not to cut nothing I don't want to cut. There it is. All right, she's down in here. All right, and it's not all the way red, but it'll finish blushing while it's sitting on the sill, the window sill, or the kitchen counter. Let's go up front. We're gonna do our garden tour up front. All right, so back to our pumpkin. We actually got a nice pumpkin growing down in here, y'all. Again, I'm pretty sure this is a pumpkin. Yeah, so nice pumpkin growing down in there. I had another one growing, but it aborted itself. Which plants do that if they need to conserve energy for any reason. They'll abort some of the babies. We got a baby growing right here. Look like a little gnome. Got a baby right here. Okay, that was the only one I noticed when I did my garden check this morning. And sorry, that's a truck going by. Our zucchini, she's looking beautiful. She's got a big trombone looking one, even though this is not a tromboncino squash. I believe this is Fort Hook. There's one here, but it doesn't look good, so I'm gonna cut it off, but I'm not gonna eat that one. It don't look too good. So that one is soft. That one's gonna go in the compost. We're gonna cut our big girl off here. There we go. All right. Y'all, ain't she beautiful? Oh, she's so pretty. Okay. And we're gonna go over here to our tomatoes because we got quite a few blushing tomatoes over here. Okay. Did I leave my scissors? I sure did. I left my scissors over there. All right, we're gonna cut some of these tomatoes off so that she can get the go ahead to set more fruit. And it's okay if some are still orange or slightly yellow. They're gonna finish blushing if you set them out on your kitchen counter or the windowsill or somewhere that's fairly warm and a good amount of sunlight. They're gonna finish blushing, so I ain't even tripping. Oh, dang it. Accidentally it dropped down into this forest down in here. Now I gotta dig down into the unknown. Okay, we got her. We got her. Yep, that's all of them. The rest of them are too green. I want to show y'all this as well. Let me show y'all this. This is a cucumber that was a volunteer. I was going to replant it or transplant it, whatever you want to call it. But when I saw that it was actually doing okay, I just decided to leave it. Cucumbers especially don't like being transplanted. I know how to transplant it in a way that won't shock the roots, but honestly, it seems happy right here, so I'm gonna let it be. We got some babies down in here. We got some that got pollinated, y'all. They gonna get big. Y'all see them down in there? Yeah, those got pollinated. They're gonna get bigger. And then over here, next to the dead marigolds that I need to deadhead, this is actually another butternut squash vine right here, the one that I'm shaking. And it has begun to vine out of the pot. If you can see, if my camera focus, if you can see right in here, there we go. This is the vine. Yep, so it seems happy as well. So we just gonna see what happens, you know, and I might find out that this is a good combination, or I might find out that they're not the best of friends. So anyway, it don't hurt to find out, right? All right, we gonna go over here to our patty pan squash. Before we get there, here's the watermelons. Yeah, they yellowing a little bit, also due to the inconsistent watering. Peppers right here, I want to let them get a little bit bigger before I harvest them. Zoom out a bit. I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger. Here's our watermelons. They do have a couple of babies on there. Where did I see a baby? Let's see if I can find it. Yep, here we go, right here. There's a baby right there. And down in here I don't know if you can see. Come on, camera. Yeah, right here. There we go. There's a baby. And I'm sure there's a few more. But right now, definitely none of them are ready to pick. So we're going to let them be. Let's go on over to our patty pan. Y'all, this patty pan, this thing is huge. I mean, look, let me step back. Look at this. Look at, there used to be some walkway here where I'm pointing. Now, there's hardly any walkway there. Y'all, this patty pan done, well, I'm saying patty pan like it's just one plant. This is several plants. So, it is a jungle over here. Y'all know that song is like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. That's how I feel when I come over here. How I'm going to keep from going under. So, anywho, we do have a few patties down here that I saw that are ready. There's one back here that I know is massive that is ready to cut like last week. Y'all see that down in there? That thing is huge. So I'm going to try my best to navigate this. All right. I think we got it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get on down in here. Let me go get my gloves because this is a spiky plant. All right, take two. Because y'all at this point, listen, I done gave up on trying to make perfect videos. It's going to be some bloopers, okay? All right. So we got a big one. Ooh, a big one down in here. Oh, she's huge. There we go. Whew. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that sucker right there. Look at that. It's big. It's the size of one of them teacup plates. What they call it, a saucer. That thing is big. But I read online that it's still edible, but that it just might be a little tougher. So, yeah, we gonna work with it. I do see a couple more down in here. And one I saw that I felt like, here it is. One that I saw that I know was ready. It's big enough, but not too big, but not too small either. There we go. So, get our arms on down into this. Oh, I could have let this one grow a little bit bigger. Look at this one. I could have let it get a little bit bigger. That's all right. They say the younger the better, so. All right, there's that. Okay. I think we're about done harvesting. I think that was all that I had plans, that I saw that I had plans on harvesting. So let's finish the walkthrough. Okay. So let's go check on our green beans. They are green beaning. Y'all see them nice beans developing there. Yep. A nice bean there. A couple of them actually. Here's our potatoes. Those are the Yukon Golds. Those are the last bag that'll be ready to harvest. Well, there's some other ones over here, but I don't think they did well. Here's our marigolds and strawberries. Strawberries, there we go, new strawberries. It looks like they're starting to throw out some runners. And here's our Brussels sprouts. And as you can see, the heads down in here, if we can get, yeah, the heads are beginning to actually form. So we'll cut them bottom leaves off. We'll do that another time though. Here's the other Brussels sprout, and the heads are also beginning to form on that. If y'all can see down in there, yeah, that looks good. Yep, so this is the other potatoes we're gonna harvest that I think honestly just didn't do good. In fact, let's go harvest them. Let's go see what we got, because you never know. All right. Now I'm not real hopeful about this batch because I didn't heal them. I didn't heal them properly in enough time, so I'm not confident. So whatever I get, I'm gonna be surprised, but let's see. Let's see. And if it's nothing, that's fine, because this soil was gonna go in this bed anyway. Oh, I'm quite surprised. I got a decent little itty bitty potato here. Okay. We got a tiny one here and a microscopic one. All right. Okay. Okay. Shoot, for me to have expected pretty much nothing, I'll say this ain't bad. All right now. All right. That caught me by surprise, because I just thought for sure I was going to be sifting through soil and nothing else. Okay? I was not expecting anything. But that just lets you know how good of a provider God is. God provides when you think you don't have anything coming, and then boom, out the blue. You got something you wasn't expecting, whether it's unexpected money, unexpected job offer, housing, potatoes, obviously. You know. Okay, the seed potato rotted. All right, so we got this one. Go ahead and get all these. Okay, our seed potatoes definitely rotted. But nonetheless, they're just gonna compost back into the soil. So what comes from the earth returns to the earth. Okay. I'm happy. I'm very happy with this, because y'all, I just knew these wasn't gonna do nothing. Like, I knew I was just gonna be dumping a bucket and it would just be the seed potatoes in there and nothing more. But this is awesome. So I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna bother weighing it, because it's probably, if anything, it's probably maybe about a ½ pound, if that. So, because I wasn't even expecting anything, to be honest. So to get a couple of cool sized potatoes, I'm very happy with that. Considering I didn't heal them properly, I was late healing them. They started flowering when I finally healed them, y'all, because I was busy with moving into our new place, and I just I neglect them. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, you know, us gardeners and farmers, we do that. Sometimes we got other things going on, and something falls by the wayside. But I'm very happy with that. So let's look at everything we harvested today. We're gonna move this big old patty pan out the way. Look like a flying saucer. Look at this. Look what we got, y'all. Look at that. Tell me God ain't good, y'all. Tell me God ain't good. You can't convince me that God ain't good. All right. So that's actually it for today's video. I'm gonna unmount y'all here. That's it for today's video. It looks like it's actually about to rain, and I just watered, but that's okay. I don't worry too much with overwatering. I do in some cases, but in a lot of cases I don't worry too much with overwatering. Number one, because a lot of my plants are either in grow bags, and grow bags, they dry out quickly anyway. And then, sorry about that. And then I have some that are in ground, and it's next to impossible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's next to impossible to overwater a plant that's in ground. And this is clay soil, so it holds moisture really well, but also when it dries out, it gets hard. So I welcome the extra rain. If it does rain today, I already watered, oh well, I welcome it. It's not gonna hurt the plants. So yeah, I really appreciate I'm so country. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming along with me on this garden update, seeing what's growing, the harvest. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I always say that because I always truly feel that. Y'all, this is amazing. So until next time, happy harvesting.
Oh.